Hey, this is Joe at Gray Bench Electronics. Welcome back to the pedal teardown series where I take apart new and interesting pedals and see what they got going on inside. Today, we are disassembling the Jam Pedals Rattler. Jam Pedals Rattler. Let's take it apart here. Nice little box. Art for your ears. Comes in a little pouch. There's the pedal. Other goodies. Got some recommended settings, stickers, pick, 2 sets of feet, and probably a little product booklet showing other pedals. All right, here we go, the Jam Pedals Rattler. So as you may know, this is a clone or modified clone of a ProCo Rat. Pretty standard level, tone, gain knobs, in and out jacks, 9-volt DC jack, Rattler, Jam pedals. Looks to be, we got a little rattlesnake or at least some kind of snake decal here. Looks like the enclosure was painted, I'm thinking the enclosure is painted white and then brushed over with gray. That's what it looks like. Let's have a look inside. All right, so here is the Jam Pedals Rattler PCB. So like we said, clone of a Rat, so we receive a lot of expected things here. We have a single op amp, LM308N. This one is made by National Semiconductor. The original ProCo Rat was a Motorola chip. Very unlikely you're going to hear any difference. I'm sure this sounds just fine. We have some carbon composition resistors mixed with some metal film resistors. So likely what that is these resistors are in the signal path, and then these resistors are doing power stuff or creating the half voltage supply for the op amp, whatever. Whether or not those make any tonal difference, I'll let you argue about that. Capacitors here are interesting. They have these sort of shiny orange outer dip that reminisces to the orange drops, the Sprague orange drops. Sprague doesn't make orange drops anymore. That's now made by CDE, which is Cornell Dubilier. I don't know if these are made by CDE, but that's what they kind of look like, and I think that's what they're meant to look like, or maybe why they were chosen. Whether they have any tonal effect, who knows. We have a couple diodes here, 2 little like DO35 package, and then a red LED. I can't really see the part number on these diodes. It looks like, I think I can see a 4, which would imply that these are just standard 1N4148 switching diodes, and then a red 5mm LED. Where exactly this LED is, it's hard to say. It might be, my guess is it's probably just in series with one of the diodes to give a bit of asymmetric clipping. I'll look and see, maybe I'll put a picture here of a schematic if someone's actually traced this out to see for sure. Let's see. So let's flip over to the other side. I had a look at the solder job, looks good. Nice fillets on all the leads. All the leads are cut to about the same length. One thing I will say is they chose to use just sort of some adhesive with a little piece of plastic as sort of a cover, which you should do. You want to protect the pots, the back of the pots, from touching or shorting out to any of the connections on the board. Obviously, usually instead of using just a little piece of plastic like that, you use these pot covers like these, and these encapsulate the back of the potentiometer. And the reason you do that is for exactly this. You can see here the cover is sort of slipping off, and if this were to slip off fully, then potentially the pot could make contact with the board, which will cause problems. So ideally, this cover should be right underneath there. There is some adhesive, so I don't think it's actually going to move, but it'd be nice to have the real cover because then it can move. We have our indication LED here, our 3-pole double throw switch. This looks like the Alpha style switch, but usually that epoxy is like red. So I'm not sure who's making these, but it is a nice quality switch. At least it requires less force than the standard blue one, so I like that. It's not quite as light as the Gorva green 3-pole double throw switches, but it feels good. And then we have the unfortunate cheaper Chinese knockoffs of the Switchcraft 11X input jacks. As I said before, might as well go splurge the extra little bit of money and get the real deal, but it is what it is. Hey, this is Joe cutting in from editing. I wanted to correct myself here. Someone mentioned on a previous video that these are not counterfeit jacks. These are high quality jacks made by Reassembly, which is a division of Neutrik. And Neutrik must have just licensed or cloned the Switchcraft jack, but did it with a high quality jack. And I've had bad experiences with jacks that look like this, but they must have been counterfeits of the Neutrik style jack, not just counterfeits in general of the Switchcraft. So these jacks are totally fine. There won't be any problems in your pedals. And Switchcraft jacks are also fine. Just be careful of counterfeits of either style jack. Enjoy the rest of the video. So right here you can see the little JFET that is on the output buffer for the pedal. It is marked on the board 2N5485, but interestingly the transistor that's actually installed is a 2N5458. In practice though, this is not going to make a difference. This is a JFET just being used as an output buffer, and 2N5485 and 2N5458 are similar enough that they will operate the same doing that job. So that is a tour of the PCB of the Jam Pedals Rattler. Let's put it back together. All right, so that does it for the Jam Pedals Rattler. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate you hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, if I make a new video, you'll know about it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am Joe from Graybench Electronics. Thank you for watching.